Let's start this off with a question. Have you ever tried to hold on to a thought with your bare hands? Yeah. No. Wait. I'm not talking about using gloves or any of that crap. I'm talking about bare hands, hold on to a thought. Can you catch that thought and hold on to it? That's a lot like watching The Counselor. Written by Cormac McCarthy and directed by Ridley Scott, The Counselor tells the story of a savvy lawyer known for doing the right thing for the wrong people who decides to put his connections to the test by diving into a treacherous drug deal for some quick cash. But the counselor soon learns that having it all could mean losing everything. The movie stars Michael Fassbender, Penélope Cruz, Cameron Diaz, Javier Bardem, and Brad Pitt. I'm sorry that it's been so long since I've done a review for the Ridley Scott Review-a-thon. It has been a while, and but look, here's the thing. I love Ridley Scott. I think he's one of the best filmmakers ever. You might say, oh, Steven Spielberg. You throw out, people like Hitchcock and all that kind of stuff. Look, I get it, but Ridley Scott's one of my favorites. But yeah, I decided to check out a movie that I'd never seen before, and that I basically just bought the Blu-ray because I wanted to watch the movie and review it. Yeah. I'd read online that someone had said that the extended cut really kind of makes the trip worth it, and it's definitely improved over the theatrical cut. So it adds about 20 minutes of footage. I was halfway through the movie when the first note that I took for the review was that I'm halfway through and I still don't know where this is going. It was punctuated by this story that is probably one of the most famous things about this movie. The thing that this movie is known for is a scene where Cameron Diaz has sex with the car. The script is really weird, messy, I would say. This is written by Cormac McCarthy, who did The Road. He did No Country for Old Men. So, you kind of expect a certain, I don't know, quirkiness or something. I don't know. It's almost like he said, I want to write a Quentin Tarantino script, but not have any of the connective tissue that makes scenes make sense from one scene to the next. You know how, like, when you first watch a movie, when you're first getting into let's say Game of Thrones, right? That Game of Thrones is a good example because there's a lot of different characters, and you have to really learn a lot as you go, right? So there's that feeling of like, okay, okay, I'm getting it, but I don't know how these people connect together. You almost never get that. From scene to scene, there are moments with different characters, and you're just kind of like, what is this adding? What is this adding to the narrative, to the driving plot? What is this? I don't understand. And this is not something that I think is the actor's fault. And in fact, I could even say that it's probably not even Ridley's fault. This is someone who, Cormac McCarthy is kind of known for being this writer that people wanted to work with. I'm not so certain that is the case now, but look, the actors, I think, did a pretty good job for the most part. I mean, I think every scene in and of itself is kind of like, okay, that's an interesting scene. But then the next scene doesn't seem to have anything to do with what came before. And you're constantly on this I don't know, where you feel like you're off balance the whole time. It's really strange. I will say, though, as far as the acting goes, I think Michael Fassbender does a pretty good job all the way through, but there are a couple of scenes where I felt like this is just acting. This isn't like the actions of a real kind of person. This is acting, right? And Cameron Diaz, look, I have been a fan of Cameron Diaz for a very, very long time. I don't think this is a part for her. This is a strange role for someone like Cameron Diaz. I don't understand why that happened. There is a really cool feature on this Blu-ray. Well, there's two Blu-rays that come with it, but the second disc comes with the unrated extended cut, and it comes with this featurette kind of thing. It is a feature, actually, where the movie is playing with Ridley's commentary, but then they've spliced in the making of stuff, so like when a certain character comes on screen, you kind of get some information on the thoughts behind the creation of the character and the casting and all that kind of stuff. Very, very interesting. And it's probably, of the sort of seamless branching kind of features that you've seen on Blu-rays in the past, this is probably the best that I've ever seen. And especially when you listen to the commentary and you listen to Ridley talk about Cormac McCarthy, you can see that he's got a lot of respect for him and he really enjoys his writing style. So he even mentions that he didn't want to change the script. He didn't even want to mess with it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I almost feel like everybody got in love with the idea of this script, but not really stepping back and going, is this actually working? Because look, none of the characters, as fun as each scene may be, none of the characters react in a way that you would say it's realistic. Think about reading a book, right? And you're reading a book and you've got descriptions on the characters, their backstories, all the things that are important to flesh out that character. It's like in a screenplay, Cormac McCarthy just said, yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. It's just the dialogue between these two characters, and you punch that up and you make it really interesting and sharp and witty, but it's not realistic at all. And look, you know me, I'm a Ridley Scott fan, so this hurts. It hurts when you watch a movie of, one of your favorite filmmakers and you go, man, this is not good. Like, this isn't good, like, really at all. The thing is, the way that it's shot, everything is perfect. Technically, the movie is perfect. It's just the story doesn't work. And that's a big bummer, But even with a dud like this, and I'm going to call it a dud. It's probably my least favorite Ridley Scott movie ever that I've seen. But it's so interesting to get a commentary from him and still be able to watch this movie that I don't like and still learn things from Ridley Scott. And it's one of the reasons why I love the guy. You always learn something. If you're paying attention, you'll always learn something from a Ridley Scott commentary. So yeah, The Counselor, I don't know what else to say other than I don't like it. It's not good. And I'm really curious that, because there's people that do like it. If you look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, it's not great, but it's not rock bottom. It's not Ridley Scott's worst reviewed movie by far, which is kind of interesting. And actually, the movie went on to be a success worldwide. It actually made double its budget, more than double its budget. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. For those of you who have seen The Counselor and you liked it, let me know what you like about it. What is it that I'm missing? Was I just in a bad mood watching this? I don't know. But let's talk about it down below in the comment section. And yeah, that's what it's all about, right? So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.